Hey, for $800, you can call me Mr. Triptych for all I care. The Guerrero brothers reunited. Wilton didn't play. More on that in a moment. Vladimir celebrated his arrival by taking Mark Langston up the middle. Terry Jones, Orlando Cabrera both score. Expos go up 2-1. Bottom of the third, same score. Guerrero takes Langston down the left field line. This was Langston's first appearance in Montreal since his 1989 trade for Randy Johnson, among others, by the way. Expos go up 3-1 as Robert Perez scores on Guerrero's double. Everything going right for Montreal. Everything going wrong for San Diego. Shane Andrews' pops went up. Wally Joyner has a beat on that, but Joyner doesn't have a beat on that mound behind him. Oh, boy. Expos win 4-2. Vladimir Guerrero is on fire. In his last 24 games, he's 37 for 93. We'll do the math. That's a 398 clip.
Vladimir Guerrero facing 14-game winner Andy Ashby. And Guerrero smacks it up the middle. That would score newly acquired Expo and his brother, Wilton. Vladimir hitting .412, 11 homers, 30 RBIs since the break. Ashby looking to settle down against Shane Andrews. The drive to the wall. Steve Fenley without the horse makes the leaping catch. Top of the seventh. Ken Caminiti and Myers, homer. Tony Gwynn with Finley on takes Vasquez deep and gone his 11th of the year. That's how it would end up. 4-1 Padres. And Ashby does get the win for the 10th time in his last 12 decisions. So he ties David Cone and Pedro Martinez for the big league lead with 15. For Ashby, his first career win against Montreal.
One with Vladimir Guerrero. Home run. His 26th on the year. 2-0 Expos. He's hot. Second inning, 3-0 Expos. Wilton Guerrero against Bowringer. The other Guerrero, the right side of the infield, and Orlando Cabrera scoring. 4-0 Expos. Dustin Hermanson, he's going well against his former team. To Ken Caminiti. Another case of the man keeping us down. Greg Vaughn, he's choking on a splinter. Ryan McGwire, check swing to Ken Caminiti at third, also known as Ken Caminiti. His 18th error of the season scores Mike Mordecai, and the Expos winning this thing 6-1. Hermanson got his old team, the Padres.
Bases loaded for Eric Karros facing Mike Maddox. Karros hums a double to left. Eric Young scores. Grizzolinic scores. Karros 2 for 5, 64 ribs this year. Dodgers up 4-zip. Bottom 8, Dodgers bullpen. Warming up. That's what you call writing the picture. 4-zip LA, bases loaded. Chan Ho Park walks Terry Jones. One of 3 park walks. He said later, I was trying too hard, looking for the shutout. Expos down 4-1. Glenn Hoffman goes to his bullpen. Pinch hitter Bob Henley facing Scott Radinsky, and Henley, handle your business, kid. 2-run score. Henley in spot duty hitting .375. Then Antonio Osono to Vladimir Guerrero. Grounds to Mark Grizzolinic. Young's throw to first too high. Wilton Guerrero scores. We're tied at 4. Park watching it slip away. Bottom 9. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Osuna facing Wilton Guerrero. Grounds to Karros at first. We're going to extra innings, tied at 4. Bottom 10. Chris Widger. It's your world, Chris. The rest of us just paying rent. Widger, I haven't been swinging so good, so I hit the ball hard, and I'm happy. F.P. Santangelo scores. Expos win it 5-4. Chan Ho Park, the NL pitcher of July, with the 4-0 record and 1.
The Expos trying to pick up 4 straight, matching a season high. Wilton Guerrero bunts it down the first baseline. Perez watching, hoping. No wishes come true here. It stays fair. Bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, it's 2-0 Expos. Runner on second for Mike Mordecai. Mordecai crushes the Perez, offering to deep left a 2-run shot. Mordecai's second of the season gives the Expos 4-0 lead. Bottom 5, still 4-0. Rookie Terry Jones takes Perez to left, a solo shot, his first major league home run. He brought in 4 runs today, and it's a blowout. Expos sweep the series. 9-0's the final. It's
north of the border, top 8, D-backs up 4-2. Miguel Batista to Dan Clausen. Grounder to Orlando Cabrera, and he just leaves it there on the rug. His 5th error of the year. 2 on. The error turns out to be costly. Next batter, Andy Fox, and the Expos get foxified. The ball rattles around in the corner. Ali income free. 2 runs would come across as the Expos take a 6-2 lead. They hold on for the 6-4 win. Brian Anderson gets the win. He also had a...
When you have dog day. Where my dogs at? Yo, man, how come I only got 1 can of Kittles and Bits this morning? Huh? Listen to me. In the game, Bob Wolcott treating Montreal like dogs. His first 6 innings, 2-zip lead and a 1-hitter for the Diamondbacks. Come here, King. Once you go black, you never go back. It's all good. 7th inning, Expos down 2-1, but rattling. They intentionally walked Brad Fulmer because he has 34 doubles. They intentionally walked him to get to Bob Henley, who doubled. Expos take the lead 3-2. Anybody got a pooper scooper? 757 of man's best friend. By the way, top 7 Expos down 2-1. Jamie Wright facing Vladimir Guerrero.
Oh, made up.
The July Player of the Month, the 22-year-old Red Hot Guerrero, 462 feet, is 27th Jack of the Year. Bottom 7, bases loaded for Dante Bichette. 2-2 game. Can I get a witness from the congregation? Wow. Wow. 6th career grand slam for Bichette, 19th homer of the year, 9 RBI in his last 2 games. He was 4 for an extension. Expos Rockies, 12-2 Rockies. Dante Bichette, call Dante butter because he's been on a roll. Single to right, Nefi Perez scores. Bichette, 4 for 4, now 16 for his last 27. Incoming! Vladimir Guerrero just nails John Thompson on the knee. Thompson goes down in a heat. Guerrero got a double. Watch it again. Thompson gets completely horizontal. He even told Don Baylor he had the feeling all game long he'd get hit. Quote, "It is something I think about because in high school I got hit in the face and it's not that fun." He did leave under his own power.
Second no score. Jeffrey Hammonds at the plate against Mike Thurman. Ouch! Off the side of Thurman's head and all the way into left field for a double. Let's look at it again. Thurman tries to get the glove up in self-defense but can't react quickly enough. A 108-mile-an-hour shot back according to the radar gun. Thurman, though, would get up, leave the game under his own power, and X-rays would be negative. Bottom of the 6th, 3-0 Reds. Brett Boone. Well, he inflicts some pain a different way. His 13th home run of the year off Miguel Batista gives the Reds a 4-0 lead, and they go on to win it 6-4. The
on the mound, got a little defensive help. FP Santangelo hit it about as far as he can. Look at this play by Sanders, who uses the wall, his shoulder, and then his bare hand to hang on. Then it's Santangelo catching the ball.
Well, Carl, of course, with Rondell White out, the whole outfield's out of position. FP makes an interesting catch, but he throws to the cutoff man. He doesn't notice. Reggie Sanders could have easily been doubled off, and then it cost them 2 runs to put them down 5-1. Expos have some defensive problems.
Here's Reggie needing a home run for the cycle, and he lost the old tire. No cycle for him, but he says, make no mistake about it, I was trying to hit a home run the last time up. Expos have lost their first 6.
At least in theory to do so, than in Arizona. Bottom of the 4th, tied at 1. Jeremy Powell walks Travis Lee, one of 3 walks issued by Powell. Next batter, Matt Williams. That also one of 3 walks issued by Paul. 2 batters later, Paul facing Jay Bell, slow dribbler, and loads up the bases for Dave DeLucci. Got the start with Devon White out due to a sore hamstring, and DeLucci comes through, slapping one deep to center and off the wall. Lee scores. Matt Williams comes home. Jay Bell scores as well. 3-run triple puts Arizona up 4-1. DeLucci's 7th triple of the year. Andy Bennis going to work facing FP St. Angelo with a full count, top of the 6th. The comebacker records the out. The Diamondbacks have given up just 5 hits in their last 2 games. 6-1 winners just 1 day after.
Top of the 3rd, 4-0 Expos. Brad Fulmer taking Brian Anderson deep, his 9th home run of the year. Second half of back-to-back jacks, 5-0 Montreal. Brad Fulmer was not done. Another power trip, his 10th home run of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Expos go on to crush the Diamondbacks 7-1. Brian Anderson, he was just pounded for 7 runs.
Hard for the Expos, why it was Dustin Hermanson. And he would set the tone early in the bottom of the 1st, gets Travis Lee swinging on the high cheese. But the Arizona batters weren't the only ones having a tough night. Brad Fulmer doubles down the right field line, and the security guard, nice save, and picks it up, and obviously embarrassed. In the 4th, Hermanson at bat facing Amari Telemaco. Gets hit by the pitch as he tried to bunt. He's tough. He's a hockey player. He was okay. Hermanson will be fine. Bottom of the 4th, pitching to Travis Lee. Slams one to left. FP Santangelo is there. You know that feels good on the dirt. 4-0 Expos. Top of the 5th, Santangelo at the plate. And FP drills one in a right center, but Karim Garcia is there. Bit of a revenge there and robs him. FP couldn't believe it. But they wouldn't need it. The Expos had a 4-0 lead. The strikeouts continuing for Hermanson. Tony Batista there. Kelly Stinnett there. Hermanson would have 8 strikeouts on the night, 1 shy of his career best.
Expo game, huh? Bottom of the 8th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Chris Widger. Hits one right back off Dave Veras. FP Santangelo, that's Frank Paul to you and me, scores. We're tied at 2. Top of the 9th, 2 out, bases empty for Vinny Castilla. Uget Urbina, usually perfect parfait as a closer. Not on Friday. Number 37 on the year for Castilla. The Rockies win on his circuit by the score of 3-2.
Vladimir Guerrero. Another star is born, but on this day, he was handled by the Reds. He was 0 for 4. The Expos could muster only 4 hits. Jason Beret got the start and pitched well. Meanwhile, Sean Casey, double, single. And since the game is in Montreal, un circuit, 3 runs. Casey, his 4th of the year. Reds lead at 7-0. He flied out on his attempt to get the cycle, but the Reds touchdown and then 3 Rouges beat the Expos 10-0.
Very nice restart for Jason Bray, starting all over in Cincinnati with help from Don Gullett. He's got his delivery straightened out. His fastball, particularly inside, was outstanding, just as it was in his first couple of years with the White Sox.
Malicki's first pitch to Vladimir Guerrero. Oh, boy. He is just a stud. 32nd homer. 1-0 Expos. Bottom of the 6th now, 2 on LA, 2 on for former Expo Mark Gruzelanek driving in Gary Sheffield, 3-1 Dodgers. Bottom of the 7th, 3-2 Dodgers. Now Eric Young on 3rd. There he is. Shane Bennett's pitch. Wild. Young come on down. The Dodgers needed that run because they'd go on to win 4-3. Dave Malicki was good. He allowed just 2 runs over 6 2/3. He's 6-2 since coming over from the Mets on June. His brother Wilton involved on this play. Eric Young bunts. Brad Fulmer fields. Look out. Young and Guerrero collide. Young, a former Rutgers football player, was called out, though, by home plate ump Joe West for running inside the baseline. Both players stayed in the game. And in this game, top of the 9th, 2 outs, 3-2 Dodgers. Jeff Shaw facing Ryan McGwire, and Jeff Shaw, it's his 8th blown save of the season. Blew it for Chan-Ho Park. Terry Jones scores from 2nd. We're tied at 3. But on the bottom of the 9th, still 3-3. Eric Young at the plate. Here's Gary Thorne.
That one he drills to right field. Back for it. At the wall looking. Goodbye. Home run. Game over.
The end of a long day for Mr. Thorne, who was in San Francisco earlier in the day calling the Mets-Giants game. 4-3 is your final. Chan-Ho Park fell just 2 outs short of his first complete game of the season. Up 6-0. Expos Bob Henley, comebacker Darren Dreifert pulls Juan Castro off the bag, but fancy footwork to turn 2. It's a 9-3 Dodgers lead in the top of the 8th, but Castro taketh away here. Orlando Cabrera dribbles one to him, but he pulls Eric Karros off the bag. Error on Castro. That loads the bases for pinch hitter Chris Widger, and Widger got it. 2nd pinch hit grand slam in Expos history. This one off of Dreifert. Now Montreal's down 9-7. That's your score in the bottom of the 8th when Adrian Beltre belts one out, plays insurance man, takes one out on Shane Bennett. Beltre's 5th, and the Dodgers would need it because Vladimir Guerrero hit a 2-run shot, his 33rd of the year in the
up big time. Expos up 8-1 in the 4th. Greg Vaughn just lost one. Over the palm trees, his 44th. It's 8-2 Expos. Mark Sweeney would follow with a home run. Later in the 4th, Sweeney up again. Mike Maddox, the wild pitch. Kilvio Vera scores. It's 8-7 Expos. Still in the 4th, Jim Leyritz walks. Steve Finley comes home. It's 8-8. Still in the 4th. Shane Bennett now pitching. Carlos Hernandez shoots one through the hole. 2 runs come across. And the Padres scored 9 runs on 6 hits in the 4th inning. They go on to win this one by the final of 12-8.
Expos again. Vladimir Guerrero continues to put on a show. 35th home run of the year. 3-0 Montreal. Sterling Hitchcock had it going. Chris Widger, down he goes. Then in the 6th, Hitchcock still focused. Shane Andrews, ring him up, sit him down. Perez, down he goes, and then he freezes Widger in the 8th. Montreal wins to snap its 9-game losing streak, but Hitchcock ties a 9-inning club record with 15 strikeouts and loses. What a 9 days it's been for strikeouts. Randy Caminiti into the neck of catcher Bob Henley. Henley went down. And let's take another look.
Well, most catchers have that little neck flap, and that's for a good reason. Boy, he's very lucky. Could have really been hurt on that play.
Did come out. Widger came in. Caminiti on the next pitch to deep right. Vladimir Guerrero. Can he do some things or what? Catch or not? Well, it's ruled that he didn't have control of the ball. Kilvio Vera scores. Caminiti goes to second. We're all tied at 1 run apiece. Felipe Alou didn't like the call. Peter, what about it?
Well, it looked like he no question that Jerry Meal said he just never had control of the ball. It looks in the replay as if he did, that he dropped the ball as he made the exchange to his right hand, which would have made it an out.
With the score tied at 1 in the 7th, Scott Livingston, base hit, run comes in a score, and Montreal goes on to win by the score of 2-1. So Mike Thurman and 3 relievers.
Exactly how many fans they drew anyway. Bottom of the 2nd, Padres down 1-0. Greg Vaughn gets out of town. How about 45 on the year for Vaughn? And that would tie the game at 1-1. Some of the fans at the game clearly are Wally Joyner fans. Bottom of the 5th, Wally, after missing the last 4 starts with a strained quad, jacks Carl Pavano out of the yard for his 11th in the year. And Joyner would satisfy his look-alike fans. And the Padres win 5-2. Their magic number for clinch.
Guerrero up against Danny Darwin. Foul ball down the right field line. Who that is? That's just my baby daddy. Holding my baby and still grabbing the foul ball with my baby in his hands.
1-2 the count.
Bottom 1, Barry Bonds.
That's gone.
Are you old school?
Number 31.
31st homer of the year, 420 feet. Bonds. Barry Bonds, Bonds Voyage. Giants up 1-0. Next batter, Jeff Kent. Fly ball to left, but F.P. Santangelo getting his glove on to rob Kent of a base hit. Take a second look and you see, Linda, he still makes the grab.
I noticed that.
He needed to make that grab. He was 0 for 5 at the plate. Top 4, Wilton Guerrero. Where my dogs at? 2-run shot to right, his 2nd of the year. Wilton 33 homers behind his little brother Vladimir. Expos up 4-1. Bottom 6, 5-3 Expos. Giants runners at 1st and 2nd. Pinch hitter Joe Carter, as cool as the other side of the pillow. 392nd career home run. 1st career pinch hit home run. Giants geek, they're up 6-5. Bottom 7, Shane Bennett facing Marvin Bernard. Bernard, deep fly to center, but Terry Jones, that is more like Willie Mays over the shoulder. Top 8, Giants up 8-7. Jose Mesa schools Henley swinging. Giants win the game 9-7. Jeff Kent had a home run and 3 RBI. Kent,
the first bases loaded for Jeff Kent.
In the month of August.
Facing Javier Vasquez.
McGwire, not.
And Kent, as you know, has been super hot himself. Doubles to left center as he continues that. Marvin Bernard and Bill Miller score 1 of 2 RBI doubles in the game for Kent. 2-zip. Gents. Bottom of the 2nd, 4-2 Giants. Barry Bonds facing Vasquez with 1st and 2nd. Bonds singles to left center. Ray Sanchez scores RBI 102 on the season for Barry. 5-2 Giants. 1st and 2nd for Bonds. He can take his time on this one. Get out of town off Shane Bennett. Upper deck shot. His 32nd home run of the season. And I believe Bonds knew it when he hit it. He's 5 for 5 with 4 walks.
Facing Widger with 2 men on. Widger bloops one to the gap in right center. Andrew still player-hating, makes the catch, tries to double off the runner unsuccessfully. Jones singled in the game after homering in 4 straight games. Top 7, Braves down 2-zip. Bases loaded for Michael Tucker. Tucker grounds to first. Ryan McGwire throws home. The throw is in the dirt, pulling Widger off the plate. Klesko safe. You know, this seems like the let's play Chris Widger like a saxophone highlight, but wait. Bottom 9 tied it to Widger up again. Play the saxophone over and over, and sooner or later it's going to bring the noise. Said Widger, doesn't matter if you're 40 back or 40 in front, you got to play. Game-winning shot, number 15. He hit it off John Rocker, 2nd time in 3 nights that Rocker's given up a game-winning homer. Expos win at 3-2. Tom Glavine, middle name Blunt.
On the hill for Mazzoni and Cox. Brad Fulmer to first. Andres Galarraga drops it. Millwood comes over, picks up the ball. Did he make the play? Yes, he did. Did a great job there. Top of the 3rd, 2-1 Braves. Javi Lopez, 33rd home run of the year. 5-1 Atlanta, 3-run shot. Lopez now has 101 runs batted in. Bottom 4, Lopez calling for the fastball. Millwood, high fastball.
And he gets him swinging.
Bottom of the 9th, Atlanta up 7-4. Mike Mordecai, the center. Andrew Jones with a catch. Atlanta wins at 7-4. So just a Braves 3rd win in their last 11. Millwood goes 6 2/3. He's the
Wilton Guerrero grounds towards first. Carlos Baerga gets it and takes it himself. Matt Franco fielded wide to his right, forcing Baerga to win that race. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Expos. 2 on for Mike Mordecai. Up the middle off of Bobby Jones. Recovers, throws. Matt Franco can't handle it, loses his glove. Terry Jones scores, 3-0 Expos. Mordecai looks like he was a little out of the baseline. An error on Bobby Jones. It's 3-1 Expos, bottom of the 8th, when Vladimir Guerrero plays insurance man against Greg McMichael, number 36 on the year, 22nd of the second half for Vladimir, 4-1 Expos, and then Fernando Senegal, pardon me, my bad, no fixes. Expos win 5-1 on Seganol's first Major League homer. So the Expos have won 3 of their last 4.
Mets knew what the Cubs had done earlier in the day. Bottom of the 6th, tied 2-2. Vladimir Guerrero off Rick Reed, a new Expo record, 37 home runs. The curtain call for Guerrero. Expos lead it 3-2. O. Henry Rodriguez had the old mark. Bottom of the 7th, tied 3-3. Robert Perez pinch hitting for Javier Vasquez. The RBI single to center off Dennis Cook, scoring Bob Henley. Expos take a 4-3 lead to the top of the 9th. Expos up 5-3. Runners at first and third with 2 out. Oogie Urbina gets Tony Phillips swinging at the splitter. Expos win at 5-3. Urbina's 31st save. The Mets had activated Todd Hundley before the game. He walked in
87. Bottom of the 3rd. No score. Wilton Guerrero off Blair into the gap, and Brian McCray. Great grab. Look at it again. BMAC full extension. Laying out to bring this one in. Bottom 4. Shane Andrews hasn't stolen a base since June 17th, 1996. Blair's pitch in the dirt. Andrews tests Hundley and doesn't live to tell about it. The only person to attempt to steal on Sunday. Bottom 9, Mets up 1-0, 2 outs. Bob Apodaca talking to John Franco after walk to Andrews. First pitch to Vlad Guerrero is wild. Andrews goes to second. Guerrero would be intentionally walked. Mike Hubbard, the hitter, 2 on, 2 outs. That's a liner, and guess who comes up with it? Brian McCray, the throw to the plate. Hundley, textbook. Got him.
Out at home plate.
Franco congratulates Hundley.
Todd Hundley makes the last out.
Bobby Valentine has got to be pumped. And Kenny has a sore eardrum. 1-0 the final. Blair wins his first game as
McGwire. Olerud walks against Mike Thurman. He is now tied the National League record for reaching base for the 15th consecutive time, a record set this season by Barry Bonds. Later in the inning, Mike Piazza. He is just ripping stuff up. Pardon for me borrowing the phrase, dude.
You also said props earlier.
Oh, I must be butter. Piazza ends up on second as the Mets take a 2-0 lead. Piazza's just on fire. Bottom of the 1st still. Mets up 3-0 now. Carlos Baerga, base hit. Brian McCray trying to score, but Derek May guns McCray out at the plate. Turnabout, fair play. McCray gunned down a Montreal Expo about 10 days ago to prevent a tying run from scoring to end the game. John Olerud's streak, however, in the bottom of the 3rd, broken up at 15 straight plate appearances by reaching base. Olerud 0 for 2, 2 walks. He's now hitting .353. We're tied at 3. Top of the 6th. Orlando Cabrera off the back of Dennis Cook and into center field. Mike Barrett, Vladimir Guerrero come on down. Expos take a 5-3 lead and place it into the very all-state-like hands of Uget Urbina. 2 men on, bottom of the 8th, Lenny Harris swinging. Bottom of the 9th, Expos still up 5-3. A man on for Todd Pratt, tying run is Pratt. Urbina gets him swinging, and that will wrap it up. The Montreal Expos beat the Mets 5-3, and those spunky Spos playing the role of spoiler big time, but that thing. Carl Pavano, the pitcher, with 2 outs, a 2-bagger to the wall, scoring Orlando Cabrera, 2-0 Expos. Bottom of the 4th, John Olerud up, hits one deep to right. Vladimir Guerrero going back, showing off one of his 5 tools. Bottom of the 7th, Mets still down 2-0. Jay Payton walks to load the bases off of Tim Young, and after a Matt Franco pop-up, Mike Maddox strikes out Todd Hundley. Todd Pratt smelling the bat for a good luck hit. Luis Lopez, however, goes down looking. Maddox getting out of the jam. Bottom of the 8th, 2 on, 2 outs. Bobby Valentine hoping Brian McCray can come through with another heroic moment, and would you believe, another play in left field. Ryan McGwire makes this catch. Edgardo Alfonso, Turk Wendell. Stoic as the Mets let a golden opportunity slip away. Expos win 3-0, so the Mets cannot take advantage of the Cubs' misfortune as they scratch out just 3 hits and get swept by the Expos to finish up their home year, a year wrapped up by a 2-3 homestand against Florida and Montreal. 6 pitchers combined on Montreal's 5th shutout of the season. The Expos went 8-4 against the Mets this season. Prior to McGwire's Thursday tilt with Montreal, against whom he's hit only one homer this season. One of 65 homers against Montreal. Mark Ball in the hand of Javier Vasquez, and Mark Ball nowhere to be near the home plate. We're not going to walk him like cowards, Felipe Alou said afterwards, but we're not going to put it on a tee for him. Walk number 160 of the season for McGwire. And that puts 2 on for the next batter, Ray Langford, who got it. 31st of the season, tying a career high. No word if the fan will return the ball to him. 3-2 Cards. Bottom of the third, Big Mac's next at bat. Vasquez gets him looking. That's nasty. So the fans in Big Mac land will still just have to be happy with the balloons on their head. Bottom of the fifth, third at bat for McGwire, base hit. 1 for 2 of the walk at this point. Bottom of the seventh, McGwire one more shot at number 66 on this night, facing Shane Bennett. Excuse me. McGwire 1 for 3 with a walk. The Cards win 6-3. Afterwards, McGwire was a man of few words. It was just another game.
Mark McGwire, his second at bat after a walk in the first. Hits it on the button, but it's only warning track power and a long out. Bottom of the fifth, game tied at 2. McGwire up against Shane Bennett. And the first pitch he sees is crushed to left. The only question is fair or foul. Mac doing his best Carlton fist. It's foul. Watch the replay. It's kind of tough to see. After the spot shadow, the ball bounces up into the stands and is clearly a foul ball. McGwire thinking, man, I really killed that, didn't I? And then 4 pitches later.
Comes to the belt. Comes to the plate. Swing, a high fly ball to left. There is 66. 66, 1 for the road. Highway 66.
Jack Buck with the call. Mac number 66 on a 1-2 pitch, 375 feet to left. About 45 minutes after Sosa hit number 66. Let's all watch it again. Turning on the inside fastball, he got every little bit of it, and he knew it. Cardinals go up 4-2, and come on out and take a bow. Setting another record, tying a record actually, with 34 home runs at home at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals hold on to win by a final of 6-5 and more.
Fernando Seguinho hums it to first. Mark McGwire getting a little freaky with the leather, and then from his backside. Remember, he had a gold glove with the A's in 1990. Bottom 4 facing Dustin Hermanson. I'm your Huckleberry now. Second homer in 2 nights. 67 on the year. You know, the Major League record for doubles in a season is 67. Look at it again. Hermanson said, I gave him a 96-mile-per-hour heater, and he hit it. I'm in the business of challenging hitters. Bottom 7, 6-4 Expos. McGwire being the bomb diggity again.
He kicks, he pitches. Swing and a shot. It's going to be 68. You got it, baby. 68. He has done it again. 9th multi-homer game this year. Tony La Russa wins the Blunt Imagery Hype Award. He said, quote, if somebody wants to call McGwire a failure, stand up and call it and have your house burned and have your children kidnapped. Mac had a chance to be the first person with three homer games in one season, but he grounded out in his last at-bat. Got a curtain call, but after all...
Went out the first ball and hoping Big Mac would show him the money. Bottom 1, McGwire would show up with the money. He was facing Mike Thurman for the very first time. This is not Mike Thurman. That's Cuba Gooding, showing why he's an actor, not a pitcher. Meanwhile, here's Thurman, who perhaps should be an actor. McGwire, base hit. Not what the folks came to see, but he would go 3 for 3 on the day. He finishes the season hitting .299, but he would also give the folks the show. Bottom 3, there it goes. They wish it out, and McGwire says, Heath Wiseman, take that. The cheers were so loud in St. Louis that the Rams, who are playing at the nearby TWA Dome, playing the other Cardinals, took a 5-yard penalty on the play. McGwire, number 69, the traditional celebration. We'll take another look as McGwire sends it out into Big Mac land. The man who caught it was named Kerry Woodson. He would say he hoped McGwire wouldn't hit another. He would not get his wish. Bottom 7, 3 apiece was the score. McGwire came to the plate for the final time in the greatest season, perhaps, in baseball history.
Swing and it, get up, baby, get up, get up, get up. Home run. He's done it again. 70 home runs.
Home run number 70 is a 3-run shot. That's 147 RBIs on the season, but of course, that's not the number that matters. Mark McGwire taking the curtain call as the Cardinals win a game in which the final score, 6-3, meant absolutely nothing. McGwire began the season with a grand slam on opening day. He closes with 5 home runs in the final weekend. His second today was caught by Phil Ozerski, who was in a box with a group of Washington University